Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful recap for Friday, April 4, 2025 is finally here. In today's episode, Steffy Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline Missins Wood, finds Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton. After being rushed to the hospital, Grace Buckingham, Cassandra Creech, announces that Liam has a brain bleed. Suddenly the patient flatlines, so let's get started. At Il Giardino, Deacon Sharp, Scene Cannon, promises to always be there for Hope Logan, Annika Noel. Deacon wants Hope and Beth Spencer, Jordan Lynn Ariza, to stay with him. Let him handle Steffy, Rich Forrester, Thorsten K., and Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor. However, Deacon admits not being surprised by Carter's choice. The COO has been begging for the Forrester family's approval for years. Hope is questioning her judgment. She's lost everything, but is glad her dad is there for her. Hope confesses she's been thinking about Liam lately. Life went off the rails once her marriage to Liam ended. Hope says Liam was an amazing dad. At Forrester Creations, Steffy rants to Ridge about how badly Bill Spencer, Don Diamond, treats Liam. Steffy will always care about Kelly Spencer's, Sophia Paris McKinley, father. Ridge doesn't understand why Liam bothers with Bill. Steffy decides to confront Bill and leaves the office. At the Cyan house, John, Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlan, tells Kelly to get ready for a visit with her dad. Kelly is excited as Finn makes her a snack. Spending time with her parents is the best thing in the world. She's especially excited about the upcoming father-slash-daughter dance. At Bill's house, Liam wakes up after collapsing from a seizure. Liam is disoriented and notices the back of his head is bleeding. Liam stumbles out the door and collapses again, this time on the steps. Steffy screams in horror seeing Liam and dials 911. At the hospital, Grace announces Liam has a brain bleed. Steffy screams she can't lose Liam. Grace thinks Liam's brain is dying. As Liam flatlines, Steffy lets out a blood-curdling scream. Back at Forrester Creations, Ridge is still in his office when Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, enters. Brooke is so grateful to be working there, and she still loves him. Brooke asks if he could welcome Hope back to FC. Ridge gets that she loves her daughter. Brooke suggests Ridge make a deal with Hope, just like he did with Carter. Ridge points out that Carter fessed up, but Hope won't take responsibility. Brooke misses Ridge so much. She asks if he misses her too. Friday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful was filled with intense drama, heart-stopping moments, and high-stakes emotional scenes. Steffy, in a state of panic, made a shocking call to 911, while Liam's fate hung in the balance. Meanwhile, Grace received a devastating diagnosis, adding yet another layer of complexity to the ongoing storyline. Let's dive into the events of the day and explore the intricate web of emotions, relationships, and crises that played out on screen. The shocking 911 call. The episode opened with a sense of urgency and chaos, as Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline Missins Wood, found herself in an unimaginable situation. She was holding Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, after a violent confrontation where Liam had been critically injured. Steffy was in complete shock, unable to believe what had just transpired. The scene was charged with raw emotion as Steffy desperately tried to keep it together, fearing for Liam's life. In a moment of panic, Steffy dialed 911, her voice trembling as she relayed the seriousness of the situation to the operator. The tension in her voice was palpable as she described Liam's condition, detailing how he had collapsed and appeared to have flatlined. She begged the emergency responders to hurry, desperately asking for help. The urgency in Steffy's call conveyed just how serious the situation was. The clock was ticking, and Liam's fate seemed uncertain. As Steffy continued to plead with the 911 operator, the gravity of the moment was not lost on viewers, who could sense the overwhelming dread she felt. She was fully aware that the next few moments could determine whether Liam would survive or not. Liam's condition worsens. As the scene continued, Steffy was left to watch helplessly as Liam's condition deteriorated. The emotional toll on Steffy was immense, and viewers could see her struggle to hold it together for the sake of Liam, who was unconscious and barely breathing. Her inner turmoil was palpable, as she flashed back to moments of their life together, realizing that she might lose him forever. Liam's flatlining moment was a true cliffhanger that kept audiences on edge. The scene was carefully crafted to maximize the drama and suspense, and it left fans wondering if Liam could pull through or if this was the end of his story. Steffy's tears and fear of losing Liam weighed heavily on the atmosphere, with every second feeling more urgent than the last. At the same time, viewers were left wondering about the larger ramifications of this crisis. If Liam were to die, what would that mean for Steffy? Would she be able to cope with the loss of the man she still deeply loved? The tension surrounding their complicated history added yet another layer to the heart-wrenching scene. Grace's devastating diagnosis. Meanwhile, another plotline unfolded that added emotional depth and complexity to the episode. Grace Buckingham, Cassandra Creech, was in the process of receiving a medical diagnosis, and the results were not what she had hoped for. The scene was emotionally charged as Grace learned the severity of her condition. Her reaction to the news was one of shock and disbelief, struggling to come to terms with the reality of what was happening to her. The moment was heavy with emotional weight, as Grace was forced to process the devastating reality of her diagnosis. For viewers, it added an extra layer of drama to the already fraught episode. It was clear that Grace would need to make difficult decisions in the coming episodes, and her future now seemed uncertain. Her family was understandably concerned, especially as they saw the emotional toll the diagnosis was taking on her. The strain on her relationships became evident, and Grace's vulnerability created a sense of urgency for those around her. Would her loved ones rally around her, or would the diagnosis cause rifts that might further complicate her journey? The impact on Steffy and Liam's relationship. As the episode progressed, Steffy found herself confronting more than just Liam's life-threatening situation. She was forced to reconcile her feelings of guilt and uncertainty about their relationship. The unresolved tension between Steffy and Liam has been a long-running storyline, with both characters caught in a web of conflicting emotions. Now, with Liam's life hanging in the balance, Steffy had to face the possibility of a future without him, a future she never thought she'd have to imagine. The love Steffy had for Liam was undeniable, and as she sat by his side, waiting for help to arrive, she couldn't help but reflect on their past. The love story between Steffy and Liam had been filled with highs and lows, but in this moment, all of that seemed irrelevant. What mattered most was whether or not Liam could survive the injuries he had sustained. For Steffy, the stakes had never been higher. This was not just about their relationship, but about the future they had always envisioned. Steffy's feelings were further complicated by her complicated history with her family and the pressures they often placed on her. The sense of isolation she felt in this moment only added to the complexity of her situation. Cliffhanger ending, Liam's fate. The episode concluded on a heart-pounding cliffhanger, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats. As the emergency responders rushed to the scene, Steffy's face was filled with both hope and fear. Would they be able to revive Liam? Could they bring him back from the brink of death? Steffy clung to the faint hope that Liam would pull through, but the uncertainty surrounding his condition left her and viewers in a state of suspense. The episode's conclusion was a masterclass in drama, as it expertly balanced moments of tenderness and fear. Fans were left wondering if this was the end of Liam's journey, or if he would somehow survive the dire circumstances he found himself in. Preview of what's to come. As The Bold and the Beautiful continues to build on its already rich tapestry of drama, the events of Friday, April 4 set the stage for several pivotal moments. The outcome of Liam's life-threatening situation will have lasting consequences not only for Steffy but for the entire Forrester and Spencer families. Will Liam survive, Or will his death trigger a series of emotional and relational upheavals that will forever change the course of the show? Meanwhile, Grace's diagnosis will no doubt shape the direction of her storyline, adding a layer of emotional depth to her character. The impact of her health struggles on her relationships will be explored in upcoming episodes, leaving viewers to wonder how her journey will unfold. Will her family be able to support her, or will the diagnosis drive a wedge between them? In any case, it's clear that The Bold and the Beautiful has no shortage of twists and turns, and with each new episode, the stakes continue to rise. As fans await the resolution of these intense storylines, one thing is for certain. The drama is far from over, and the emotional stakes have never been higher. This recap takes you through the major plot points of the day, capturing the intensity of the 911 call, Liam's deteriorating condition, and Grace's shocking diagnosis, while hinting at the upcoming twists in the ongoing storylines. The blend of personal crisis, relationship drama, and medical suspense leaves viewers eagerly anticipating the next episode. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Bold and BAUTFUL UPDAT YouTube channel for more update news.